Phillips County Court, law number 2 is back in session. Next case on the motion to revoke probation docket is cause number 321-096. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus David Ryan Martin. David Martin was scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's motion to revoke probation docket scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of January 6th of 2023. At or about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called the name of David Martin at the courthouse door. David Martin did not answer. David Martin has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:23 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of David Martin at the courthouse door?
David Martin. David Martin. No response.
David Martin's name was just called again at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. David Martin did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Martin an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor. Say move the bond forward.
That motion will be granted. David Martin's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest in clause number 321-096. Court will be in recess. Jefferson County Court Order number 2 is back in session. Court is in session in 3 cases. First case is cause number 327-860. Second case is cause number 331-351. Third case is cause number 333-021. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus David Alexander Oseguera Borjas. Mr. Borjas, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Borjas, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Borjas, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Borjas, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Borjas?
Doing good. How are yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Borjas. You're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Mel Shalanda. Attorney Shalanda, how are you doing?
Okay, Judge.
That's good. And again, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Lamar Johnson is here standing on behalf of the state of Texas. Attorney Johnson, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Mr. Gary Gilliam is here on behalf of the probation department. Mr. Gilliam, how are you doing?
Very well, thanks.
Okay. Now, Mr. Shalanda, do you waive a record in Mr. Borjas' case?
We do.
On Mr. Borjas' cases?
We do.
Yes. Okay. Mr. Borjas, I have before me in cause number 331-351 an information that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about November 14th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Mr. Borjas, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Borjas, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Borjas, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Borjas, there are a set of initials, D.O., and that's, I guess it stands for David Oseguera
Yes, sir.
Borjas. Now, Mr. Borjas, are these your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, Mr. Borjas, this document is titled Trial Court Certification to Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
It is.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Borjas, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Mr. Borjas, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Mr. Borjas, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. Sherlander, go over these documents with you?
Yes, we do.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
All right.
Okay. Now, Mr. Borjas, are you a citizen of the United States?
I'm a resident.
Okay. Now, Mr. Borjas, on Mr. Sherlander, I'm gonna give you this document. No, let me, what country are you from?
Honduras.
Honduras, okay. Honduras, okay. They're not on the mandatory notification. So, you just have to read the top portion and circle one of these boxes.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,